I'm a great believer, first of all, in architecture. I love architecture. And there's so many aspects of architecture. I mean, design being obviously the ultimate one in one sense, but I like the whole idea of a civil society there for cities. I like the idea of being having a responsibility beyond oneself. So it fits in all those things. And of course, I like designing with teams. I have fantastic partners and have great teams. So for me, I'm about to be 80 and I am enjoying it as much today. In fact, more today. I often tell people I have enjoyed my last third of my life more than my first third of my life. And if I want to continue being an architect, but I want to continue working. So how has it changed? Obviously, the economic downturn is a real problem. For a person who strongly believes in social responsibility, greed has become a preeminent not just of society, especially of Western society. And so you're seeing tremendous disparity between rich and poor, between small offices and big offices, and all those aspects. So that has got worse, no question about it, that's got worse. In my generation, everybody, and I really mean everybody who left the AA, and as I did, the sort of end of the 50s, all went to work for schools, hospitals, councils, London County Council, Middlesex, Nottingham schools, and so on. Everybody. That was a part of the social responsibility. We were trying to build a housing for the heroes who were coming back from the war, if you like, as well. There was still rationing in the early 50s. So we had a sort of mission. That's sort of gone. I said, obviously some people have it. But of course it gives you the possibility, as we've been able to do, to form your own small civil society. We know we have a constitution. We are, as all the partners don't have any ownership of the company. The charity has it. All of us, after 2 years, give some aspect of our profits to charity. So you can do those sort of things. You can drive in the direction which, when you're young, it's very difficult. You're making no money. Now we're making some money, luckily, and we can sort of play a bigger part in that society. Though the Constitution states that certain things like we will not get involved in military buildings and so on, you can't end up by saying I will not be involved in normal housing. You could, but I think it's different. No, I shouldn't say I can't. We have not said I will only do local housing, affordable housing, you would say. We don't do that. And ditto, there must be questions about airports. I keep on defending our involvement in airports by saying the problem is not the gas station, is there should be a carbon tax, is the real problem. And in a sense, the problem is not so much luxury housing. There should be less disparity between the poor and the rich. And Britain has a greater disparity between poor and rich than the bottom 20%, shall we say, to the top 20, than any country in Europe. Only America has more disparity. That creates its own problems, and then we as architects can do a limited amount to do it, except we as individuals, as civilized, if you like, as citizens, wonderful word, citizens is the greatest of all words. As citizens, we have a responsibility. Well, you have to run a business, you have to do the two, but the two are not contradictory. We've been lucky. There are a number of times when I've decided I'm never going to make it. And you go up and down. Let's say when we finished Pompidou, we had no work. Renzo and I had no work for about 2 years. I'd started teaching in the States, and we won Lloyd of London. Lots to do with Lloyd's and a lot to do with Gordon Graham, who was at that time the president of the RIBA, who advised the Lloyd's. So there's a lot of luck in this game as well. But having said that, you certainly doesn't stop you from recognize that you have a duty, whether it's to your family, your children. If I ask me what the most important thing, I would say family. But architecture is my profession.